time to me. I'm gonna be on like the sun that shines.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Like I said, what are you doing? Anyways, where's Free?
Now, CC, you know your bro. He loves to make a grand in it. He gets it from your mother. She's always showing him blazing work.
I arrive when my services are needed and not before. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm just explaining where he gets it from.
Was I missing?
Boy, where were you?
I was taking out the trash, Mama.
You're such a good son. I'm gonna miss you when you go off to college.
Yeah, who's gonna do the trash detail?
Oh, don't worry about that, Pop. Cece can take over.
Not so fast. I'm going wherever you go. Someone has to keep you on track and you college shit too.
That's right, CC.
Next year, I will be attending Jayhawk Nation. My boys. Here I come. Oh, man. Okay, I'll be attending University of Kansas next fall. They have a great, solid team, and I think I will fit in very well. So I want to thank you all for supporting me. Peace.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk!
Here we come, Lawrence Cannon. Frequency vibrations. Well, you know that little dance he does? He came out doing that.
Freaking vibrant.
Oh my goodness, freaking and vibing. Yeah, he was running the...
Let's take them back. Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season. Both squads believing this will be a great year. Tonight, we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, This is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And of course, Freak playing here tonight. You've probably heard his story by now. Lost a friend of a long time in the off-season. Very tough to deal with, obviously. How hard is it going to be for him to get his focus back, Shaq?
It's going to be tough, Ernie. He lost someone that he knew for a long time, and it's going to weigh on him. This will be one of his most trying seasons of his career.
Man, I feel for Freak, man. It's not going to be easy. I mean, but it's an opportunity to do it. You know?
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This, of course, their first look at this year's Washington squad. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season.
And a change for the Wizards. Nene is checked in. Wizards trail by 6. Freak in a 2-guard. D-Wade out there with Dang. Then there's Dragic, and it's Bosh in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Porter with it, and Bosh picks him up defensively. Nene, the screen. Outside, Wall. 5 on the clock. Nice work there, coming off the screen. That's now 8 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Dishes it to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Dang kicks to Dragic. Bosh, the screen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them,
teams will make substitutions. And the first half is... And now the third quarter after get going. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire
group in for the Heat. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Richardson, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And Freak subbed in for Dwayne Wade. And then for Washington, Seraphin comes in for Gortat. And it's Nene in for Morris. So on the floor for Washington. But great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Otto Porter and Nene at the forwards. And it's Seraphin in at the 5.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Heat.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Goran Dragic. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And the first one at the line is good.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Seraphin. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Johnson outside. Freak kicks to Stoudemire. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Beal. And it's Freak missing. Here's Larkin. Hits it from three-point range.
For 3.
Passes it to Freak from deep. Oh!